They didn't burn Alexandria in a single fire. They unmade it. One decision, one riot, one war, one earthquake at a time. No final scream. No clear ending. Just silence, spreading slowly through the greatest city of the ancient world. Alexandria didn't fall. It bled out across centuries. Imagine standing on the Mediterranean shore 2,000 years ago. Before you rises a city brighter than Rome, louder than Athens, richer than any capital on earth. A city where the air smells of salt, papyrus, incense, and ink. Where ships arrive from India, Nubia, Persia, and Spain. Where knowledge is currency. Where ideas are dangerous. This is Alexandria. And this is the story of how it vanished, not in one catastrophe, but in fragments. Before we open the vault of lost civilizations, this is Chronovault, where buried histories breathe again. If you're drawn to vanished cities, erased knowledge, and the quiet moments when history changed forever, subscribe now. Because some stories were never meant to survive, and yet, here they are. Alexandria was never just a city. From the moment Alexander the Great traced its outline in the sand in 331 BCE, it was designed as an idea made of stone. A city meant to gather the world. Greeks, Egyptians, Jews, Romans, languages collided here. Cultures overlapped. Beliefs argued in the streets. This wasn't harmony. It was friction. And friction creates fire. At its heart stood the Mouseion and the Great Library, not a single building, but a sprawling intellectual ecosystem. Scrolls copied obsessively. Ships searched and seized for books. Originals kept. Copies returned. Alexandria didn't ask permission to own the world's knowledge. It simply took it. And that arrogance made it powerful and fragile. The first wound came not from ignorance, but from empire. In 48 BCE, Julius Caesar arrived in Alexandria chasing his rival Pompey. The city was already tense, civil war within Egypt, factions everywhere. When Caesar ordered ships in the harbor burned to block the Egyptian fleet, the fire spread. Warehouses ignited. Scrolls stored near the docks were lost. Ancient sources disagree on scale, but this much is clear: Alexandria learned that even accidental fires could destroy centuries of memory in hours. But here's the uncomfortable truth: Alexandria survived. The library survived. The myth that Caesar destroyed the library is comforting because it's simple. History rarely is. For centuries after Caesar, Alexandria remained a center of learning. Scholars still worked. Astronomers still calculated. Physicians still experimented. The city endured. Which makes what happened next even more tragic, because the destruction wasn't sudden. It was systematic neglect mixed with violence. By the 3rd century CE, the Roman Empire was cracking. Emperors rose and fell like seasons. In 270 CE, Emperor Aurelian fought Queen Zenobia's forces inside Alexandria itself. The Brucaean district, where much of the intellectual elite lived, was devastated. Streets leveled. Neighborhoods erased. Whatever libraries remained there didn't burn in legend, they disappeared in rubble. Knowledge doesn't need flames to die. It only needs no one left to care for it. Then came religion, not faith, but certainty. By the late 4th century, Christianity had become the empire's dominant force. Alexandria, once pluralistic and argumentative, turned volatile. Pagan temples stood as symbols of an older world, one that now looked dangerous. In 391 CE, following escalating riots, Emperor Theodosius ordered pagan temples closed. The serapeum, often believed to house a daughter library, was stormed and destroyed. This wasn't ignorance smashing books in blind rage. It was power reshaping memory. What survived was what aligned with the new order. What didn't, was allowed to vanish. And still, Alexandria lived. The city staggered forward, wounded but breathing. Scholars like Hypatia taught philosophy and mathematics in the early 5th century. Her murder by a Christian mob wasn't just a killing, it was a signal. Alexandria's identity as a city of free inquiry was now dangerous. Debate had consequences. Curiosity had enemies. By the time Muslim Arab forces entered Alexandria in 642 CE, the city was already a shadow. Later stories claimed Caliph Umar ordered the library burned. If the books agree with the Quran, they are unnecessary; if they disagree, they are dangerous. It's a powerful line. It's also almost certainly false. Written centuries later. Politically convenient. Historically unsupported. The harder truth is less dramatic and more devastating. By then, there may have been no great library left to burn. What Alexandria lost next wasn't fire, it was relevance. Trade routes shifted. Political centers moved. Earthquakes shattered the coastline. The ancient harbor collapsed into the sea. The lighthouse, one of the seven wonders, crumbled piece by piece until it vanished beneath the waves. Papyrus decayed. Buildings eroded. Texts were copied elsewhere, or not at all. Alexandria didn't end. It faded. A city designed to hold the world's memory was defeated by time, ideology, and indifference. No villain monologue. No final blaze visible from space. Just centuries of forgetting. And here's the part we rarely confront: Alexandria's destruction wasn't an accident of history. It was a pattern. Knowledge centralized is knowledge vulnerable. When power shifts, memory pays the price. Some scrolls survived echoes in later Islamic scholarship, fragments in medieval Europe. But the connective tissue, the context, the arguments between minds long dead, that is gone forever. Not stolen. Not hidden. Simply lost. So when people ask, who destroyed Alexandria, they're asking the wrong question. It wasn't one army. It wasn't one religion. It wasn't one fire. It was us: human conflict, certainty, neglect, and the belief that what we know now is enough. Alexandria wasn't wiped out in a night. It was erased in pieces. And every piece took something irreplaceable with it. If this story unsettled you, good. It was meant to. This is Chronovault, where we don't just remember the past, we question how easily it disappears. Subscribe, and step deeper into the vault. Because the next lost city might feel uncomfortably familiar.